Hello guys, welcome back. This is my very last dye job. I'm out of a hair dye. It's so tragical. I had a lot of misfortunes today, and I knew it was Loki swatting at me. And I went on Pinterest, and damn if I didn't see a pin. The very first pin was from that group that sided with that other person instead of me, an actual Lokean. And I thought, you know what? Fuck you. That's petty. So I had a thought today. I could do what I always do, and I could run back and forgive him and no, you don't understand him. And then I thought, no, I deserve better. I deserve a lot better. The Greek gods have been being very kind and leaving me to my own devices. They're checking in every once in a while, but they're letting me heal. They've been telling me the last thing I need right now is to jump into a lot of service to other gods. It's okay. They're coming around. They're checking on me. They're making sure I'm eating and I'm not self-harming or anything, but they're not going to push me into service right away. I did change some of the altars back. I did take some stuff down. Because he was just being particularly nasty today. It was like a light bulb went on. And I said, you know what? I don't think you ever loved me. You were obsessed, but you didn't love me. Obsession, for those of you that don't know, is when you just really, really want something. You will say you love it, but you want it. You don't care if, say, it's a person, if they want to be wanted or not, if they want your love or they want your obsession. You have to have them. They're yours. You don't care about them as a human being. If you love someone, it can really hurt if they don't love you back. And all the other gods are like, she's gonna break down at some point, I know. But you understand that we can't choose who we love, and you'll let them go. One of the Greek gods had said last night, we can't choose what gods we love. We either love a god or we don't. We're either called to their service or we're not. And so I went on Pinterest and I got rid of all the boards. And yes, I got rid of the Loki board, and I'll tell you why. I spent years on that thing. And all I got was pretty bad tree memory here, so I was like, you know what? Okay. And if a god really loves you and cares about you, when something happens between you, they'll try to make a reconciliation. They won't just slap at you. As I've said before, and excuse my language, Jesus died on the cross. He's not a douche about it. I've never seen Jesus take it out once on his people that he suffered and died on the cross. I've never seen him do that shit. But meanwhile, Loki feels entitled to take out everything he wants on his people. And the more I was reading the collection of stories written from the heathen viewpoint and understanding what heathenry really is and how they really feel you should see the gods, I'm like, this is some terrible ways to treat human beings. You actually put up with this shit? This is what you want? There was one story that kind of tipped me. There's this young kid, I don't know if I talked about in a video, but once I had some time to think about it, I thought about it. Typical kid when they come into witchcraft, wearing all the shit, thinking they're a badass. And instead of goddess showing up as she would in a Wiccan story and kicking his little ass for him, telling a little punk to learn something and learn some respect, the Norse gods show up, kind of taunt and play with him, and then scare him the hell away. I'm like, well, that child didn't learn shit. He doesn't even realize who he ran into, so what was the point of this story? And the point of the story was the Norse gods didn't want people like that. I'm like, everybody was uneducated dumb shit when they came into magic or Wicca or paganism or something. It's an annoying thing everybody else has to just count to 10 about and just kind of look up at the ceiling and try to forget how annoying they were when they came in. We were all fucking annoying at some point, but you grow out of that shit, hopefully. And it was just... The more I looked at the stories with open eyes, there was one whole decent story on the whole entire site. Well, there were a couple, but it's not a lifestyle I want to lead. If a god's behavior would call for intervention in a human. That's when you have to reassess your relationship with them. I noticed from Loki, I was seeing a lot of patterns that I saw from the abuse of men in my family. And I thought, I've done so much to rebuild my life. I've done so much to become stronger as a human being. Why am I taking this for my God? Why am I letting myself feel disempowered? And I got the idea today that the Norse gods thought they would just stroll right back in. While Loki's being a shit, because they really didn't care how Loki was treating me. And I thought, you know what? No. No. I deserve better. And I told them, I said, I'm no longer serving you. I said, you've finally gone a bridge too far. I said, if you push me to the point where I no longer care, I never flip back around. I don't. Once you've pushed me that far, once you have broken all the emotional ties I have to you, that was your choice. I said, you clearly don't want service, you just want blind obedience. And I said, I like gods that let me think for myself and make my own decisions. With the Greek gods, again, when they don't have other gods antagonizing them, I have a lot of freedom. If I want to go talk to Celtic gods, or if I want to go talk to Lu, or I want to go talk to whomever, or if I want to go see Inari or go see Susanoo, I can. The only thing they'll tell me is don't just go bug that god or goddess because you want something or you think they're pretty. If you feel them calling you, it's okay. And it's polite to say hello if you think a god's talking to you. But I was getting kind of menaced today. And Athena's like, no. I'll stand with you and we'll fight together. But you're not going to be menaced. You're not going to be kicked around because I don't know what I did. Again, I don't know what I did, but I've noticed that happened to a lot of people. I don't know if the culture that follows Norse gods poisons the relationship with the gods, or the gods themselves just turn out to be a bunch of hard asses, as a lot of the stories describe them as, but a lot of people eventually just wash out because when your inner voice is screaming at you that this is wrong and you shouldn't be doing this, no matter how many people or gods tell you to do it, you should listen to your inner voice. I'm always going to have a bad temper, but I can work on it. I'm always going to have a lot of problems in my life, but so will every other human, and we can work at them. And I thought, I know a lot of people are going to hate me for it. And a lot of people are going to say it's not his fault. But I thought, that's the same exact thing I heard every time when one of the abusive shits in my family beat on his wife or his children or something. It's not his fault. You don't know what he's been through. As I said, Jesus hung on the cross. He's not a douche about it. So I know that's going to cost me a lot of people. But I told Dionysus, I said, I know if I go back, I'll get even worse treatment than I've gotten before. Because every time I've gotten strong enough to walk away, and gone back, the treatment I get is steadily worse and worse and worse. And I said, I was already at the bargain basement level of how they treat a human being. I don't know what's below that, but I don't want to find out. I'm sad it happened. I'm not happy. I'm not here rejoicing about it, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and cry about it either because, maybe that's what the universe wanted me to get through my head. And I saw 333 today, and it's like supposed to be your angel number, and in this case, it'd be your God number about the gods are with you and you're under protection. So, So I hope you guys, stick around. I don't want it to become a big thing, but I am not returning to his service. I'm like, no. I was put through too much, and today was too much of the petty, obsessive behavior. It wasn't love. It wasn't kindness. I'm like, I know your people kind of fall under your spell and they'll argue for you till the day they die. And I say, I've been there. I've been the first one to stand up and say you don't know what he's been through. But I thought, you know what? A lot of gods have been through a lot of terrible things. Dionysus went through a lot of terrible things, and he's the kindest, gentlest god I've ever served. So there's that too. I don't judge anyone for any of the gods they choose to serve, but I'm like, yeah, I can see the channel's over. But I figured I'd catch you guys up. I'm trying to leave this die on for a long time. I think the first time when I didn't know what it would look like. I was so excited, and I left it on for, I think it was like 12 hours. I was really, really excited to see how deep I could get it. Now I know, and now it's been about 3 hours, and I'm ready to take it off. I'm like, I know I'll only get to a certain shade, and I won't go past that. I don't know what I was thinking the first time. But if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.